Let's just start. Hine matovu
manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim 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 shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov la 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 la. Hine matov la 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 la. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank God we made it.
Here.
It's been a week. I think we can all agree it's been a week, and it just feels so good. We're just going to put it down for a day. Just going to let it be, slow down, take in Shabbat, light some candles. All my life, I lit the lights of the Chanukiah and then said the blessing. Even though for like 20 years, I've known that the way you do it is you say the blessing before you do the mitzvah. And I went like 20 years and it never bothered me that I knew I was doing it a way that was maybe less correct. And then this year it just got me. So if you'll bear with me, we're going to do it the right way. Whatever way you're doing it is just fine, but I'm just trying this. So okay, thank you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavotenu bayamim hahem b'hazman hazeh. They've got a system.
It's 5. It's the 5th night, right? Is it the 5th night? It's 5, right?
6. We start on Sunday.
So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, 6 night.
Yeah. That's good. Almost. Don't breathe.
Suspense is killing.
I know. And as they said in biblical times, ta-da! Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadligner Shel Shabbat.
Shalom Aleichem is on page 12 and 13.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bohem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Romamu on page 35.
Come on. Romemu,
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 Adonai Eloheinu, Vehishtachavu,
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 Lehar Kodsho Romemu, Romemu,
Romemu,
Romemu,
Romemu,
Adonai Eloheinu, Vehishtachavu,
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 Lehar Kodsho Romemu, Romemu,
Romemu,
Romemu,
Romemu,
Adonai Eloheinu, Vehishtachavu,
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 Lehar Kodsho Romemu. A new one.
All right. Lechado D is on page 41 as we welcome in the Sabbath bride with verses 1, 2, 5, and on 9. We'll rise and greet her together.
Lechadodi,
Adodi,
Likrat Kala,
Mikrat Kala,
Pehene Shabbat.
Hanei Shabbat.
Nick, we're not going to do that one tonight. We're not doing that one tonight.
We're here all night.
That's all right.
How about one that we all can sing? But Lechado D, you know that one? Likrat kala penei Shabbat. No?
No. I'm sorry. Where am I? Yeah, I know. I got caught up in Roman.
Lecha dodi likrat. No?
Can you? I'm drawing a total blank. I'm just a little tired tonight, folks. I'm sorry. Do you want to lead?
I'll lead it.
Yeah, go ahead. Rather than
Lecha
having
dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekavela.
Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela.
Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad. Hishmiyanu el hamichad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad. L'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nilcha. Ki mekor ha'beracha merosh mikeden nesucha. Sof ma'aseh v'makshevat techila. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, kiva oreku miori, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala. Gam b'simcha uv'tzola. Toch munei am segula. Boi chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. I invite you to be seated. I probably know 20 melodies of Lecha dodi. But in a pinch, the one I lean on is the one I learned from my bar mitzvah. It's so deep in there.
Thank you for stepping in there, Rabbi.
Never
I
fails.
I don't know what I was doing.
Chatzi Kaddish, page 55. Yitgadal v'yikdash shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Be'alma divrach cherutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayedecho Beit Yisrael. Bahagala, uvizman kariv yimiru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach, le'olam ol me'el maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yipa'ar v'y'oram v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'y'aleh v'y'halal, shmei dekudesha b'richu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran be'alma v'miru. Amen. We rise.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai lai lai, Yalla lie lie lie, 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 yalla lie lie lie. Barechu et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vaed Leolam Vaed.
Yalla lie lie lie, 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 yalla lie lie lie.
Page 59.
The Ma'ariv is traditionally sung using a mode of chant called nusach. We typically have only touched on nusach, but it has a particular modality to it, and it can be sung any way you want within that modality. And there are, I don't know, about a half dozen modalities, of which I've learned one. And this nusach is, this prayer, the Ma'ariv, can be sung in the minor mode. And so this will be the first time that I've offered this publicly. So let's see if I can do a better job than Lecha Dodi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haol. Oh, no. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim bechokma poteach she'arim ובתבונה משונא עתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים, במשמרותיכם ברקיע כרצונו, בורא יום ולילה, גולל אור מפני חושך וחושך, מפני אור, ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו, לעולם ועד. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim.
Amen.
Not bad.
Kol hakavod.
Thank you.
Page 61. We are loved by an unending love. We are embraced by arms that find us even when we are hidden from ourselves. We are touched by fingers that soothe us even when we are too proud for soothing. We are counseled by voices that guide us even when we are too embittered to hear. We are loved by an unending love. We are supported by hands that uplift us even in the midst of a fall. We are urged on by eyes that meet us even when we are too weak for meeting. We are loved by an unending love, embraced, touched, soothed, and counseled. Ours are the arms, the fingers, the voices. Ours are the hands, the eyes, the smiles. We are loved by an unending love. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher ba'amo Yisrael, be'ahava.
Amen.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Vaed. Invite you to be seated, page 65. It's page 79. I'm sorry, page 65.
Yep.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך, בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Redemption on page 79.
Halai, la, la, la,
Halai la la la, halai la la la, halai la 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 la, halai la 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 la, halai la 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 la, halai la 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 la. Mocha Baelim Adonai, Micha Mocha Nedar V'Kodesh, Nora Tehilot Osefele, Nora Tehilot Osefele, Hai Lai Lai Lai, Hai Lai 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 Lai,
Malchutecha ra'uvanecha bokayam lifnei Moshe ze Eli anu v'yamaru nahim loch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar ki yifada raya Yaakov ugalalo migyar chazak mimenu baruch ata Adonai ga'al Yisrael.
Amen.
That we might lie down tonight in peace and wake up in the morning to life renewed. Hashkivenu on page 80. Help us to lie down, Adonai, our God, in peace, and let us rise again, our sovereign, to life. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Decree for us a worthy daily lot. Redeem us for the sake of your great name, and enfold us in the wings of your protection, for you are our redeeming guardian. Truly a sovereign, gracious, and compassionate God are you. Guard our going forth each day for life in peace, now and always. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim.
Amen.
Veshamru, in observance of the holy Shabbat, is on page 85.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. B'nei Uvein, B'nei Yisrael, B'nei Yisrael, oti leolam. Veshamru B'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafat v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam.
My favorite part of the Amidah, our next prayer, is what precedes it. It's when we take 3 steps back and 3 steps forward, and what they signal is a state change, right? Like, if you're for educators, and you tell your kids to get up and wiggle their arms, wiggle their bodies, it's a state change. It triggers the brain. We're in a different headspace, literally, a little movement. So the stepping back and stepping forward is to signal, in our tradition, we are coming into the immediate presence of the divine. We want to bring our full selves to it and do our best to be fully present in our prayer. The Amidah, our standing prayer, begins in our Siddur on page 91 as we rise. Adonai sefatai tita ufi agite hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor B'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Bekonei Yaakov, Bezocher Chaseahot V'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Mageh, Baruch atah Adonai, Mageh Avraham Be'ezras Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Rach Lehushia, Mashiva Ruach U'Morida Gashem, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Zochomet Olim Berofet Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Mikamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umidon Elach, Melech B'Mid Umechayeh, Umasmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh Shemcha kadosh, U'kdoshim b'cha yom ha'luka selah, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el hakadosh. Invite you to be seated. We continue with Hoda'ah, which is gratitude, on page 100. This is Shabbat of Hanukkah. And so unless you're somebody who prays every day, for most, not all of us, this would be the only time in the entire calendar year when we have a chance to say this really cool special insertion that we only say during Hanukkah, during the Amidah. And we're going to do it in English, so everyone who wants to participate can be a part of it. That's the second half of the prayer, which is on 102. Back to 100. We give thanks to you that you are the all-merciful, our God, God of our ancestors, today and always. A firm, enduring source of life, a shield to us in time of trial. You are ever there from age to age. We acknowledge you, declare your praise, and thank you for our lives entrusted to your hand, our souls placed in your care, for your miracles that greet us every day, and for your wonders and the good things that are with us every hour, morning, noon, and night. Good one whose kindness never stops, kind one whose loving acts have never failed, always have we placed our hope in you. for the miracles, for the redemption, for heroic acts, for saving deeds, for consolations, all of which you have enacted for our ancestors at this time of year in days gone by, as in the days of Matthew, son of Yochanan, Hashmonean high priest and Matthew's sons. The wicked Hellenistic government arose against your people Israel, forcing them to shun your Torah and to leave off from the laws your will ordained. And you in your abundant mercy stood up for Israel in their hour of distress. You pressed their claim and enacted justice for them. You delivered armed might to the weak, the many to the power of the few, the wicked to the power of the just, the vicious to the power of those occupied with Torah. You made known your name that day and made it holy in your world. And for your people Israel you enacted great deliverance as in our own time. Afterward your children came into your temple's inner room. They cleared your sanctuary, purified your holy place, kindled lights inside your holy courtyards, and established these 8 nights of Hanukkah for giving thanks and praise to your great name. For all these things may your name be blessed and raised in honor, always sovereign of ours forever. Let all life acknowledge you, may all beings praise your name in truth, O God, our rescue and our aid. Blessed are you, the gracious one, whose name is good, to whom all thanks are due. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lahodot. Before we turn to our great prayer for peace, Shalom Rav, I wanted to share some words of peace, some words of solidarity that are offered in the name of Greg Colley. Greg Colley is a local friend and colleague. Many of you may remember Greg from the Friendsgiving that we hosted here in late November. Greg heads the Multi-Faith Action Network. He's also the co-chair of I Serve, the Interfaith of San Ramon Valley organization. Greg writes, I want to extend my deepest and most heartfelt condolences to the families, friends, and communities of the victims of the horrific anti-Semitic violence at Bondi Beach in Australia. I am profoundly saddened by this senseless tragedy, and my thoughts have been with the survivors and all those around the world whose lives have been forever altered by this act of brutality. I stand in unwavering solidarity with you and all the Jewish communities throughout Contra Costa County. I recognize that this event is not an isolated occurrence in a distant land, but a source of excruciating fear and grief for all of you nearby. To my Jewish friends and neighbors, I see you, I value you, and I offer you my boundless love and support during this dark time. I unequivocally condemn resorting to violence for any reason. No form of physical violence is ever the right answer, and it is most especially abhorrent when it is born of bigotry, intolerance, and hate. However, it is not enough to simply condemn violence after it occurs. True progress requires a proactive and persistent commitment to addressing and healing the hatred that can take root in human hearts. I commit to working together to dismantle the prejudices that lead to such tragedies and to fostering a culture where every person is treated with the dignity, equality, and respect they deserve. As I move through Hanukkah season in solidarity with you, I invoke the themes of your celebration, the spirit of hope, and the enduring power of light to overcome darkness. May people of all faiths and perspectives find inspiration in the miracle of perseverance and the strength of resilience against oppression and violence that is central to the Hanukkah story. Just as the Maccabees rededicated their temple, let all of us, as common communities of diversity and varied traditions, jointly rededicate ourselves to the pursuit of peace and the protection of all people. And let the lights of the season serve as a reminder that even in the deepest shadows, a single flame can illuminate the path toward a more just and compassionate world. In solidarity, yours, Greg Colley.
Amen.
Amen.
We have to tell these stories. We have to shine light on these people who are standing up. Right? We can't let ourselves slip back into that place of the whole world is against us. We have to make this choice this time. We really have to. Our great prayer for peace is Shalom Rav. You'll find it in your Siddur on page 105.
Before we begin, I want to pass on the best wishes of my cousin, Rabbi Carolyn Braun of Portland, Maine. Her words to me and to you are, even though the lights are going out in our world, we as Jews must seek the light. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. V'tov enecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol et uvechol shah bishlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam.
We take a moment now to pause for silent prayer.
Say shalom bimroma.
Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imeru, amen.
We turn now to ask for the Holy One's presence and those whose lives really need it, people who are sick physically or going through mental health struggles, anyone who needs to know they're not alone. Better than a prayer for them is a call from us to them. We ask for God's healing presence in the lives of Eduardo Rendon, Joseph Gabriel, Andrew Holloway, Perry Wexler, Oziel Cohen, Philip Grinetz, Eliza Slattis, Linda Franco, Jody Goldberg, Jay Rosenblatt, Shira Batchaim Verut, Hudson Duenas, Julie Desmond, Alicia Gutierrez, Bob Shallon, Donald James, Marty Goldberg, Sadie Logan, Rachel Leah Michaels, and Diane Denenberg. If there's someone for whom you'd like to offer a healing prayer, we invite you to rise and share their names with us.
Aharon ben Yerucham HaKohen.
Rebecca Green.
Elna Rafan Allah is on your song sheet, number 5.
Elna Refana Allah, Refuah Shlema. Elna Refana Allah, please heal this soul. Misha Berach, Abraham v'Sara, Yitzchak v'Rivka, Yaakov, Rachel v'Leah, Elna Refana Allah, Refuah Shlema, Elna Refana Allah, please heal this soul. With faith and love together we bring hope and healing to those in need. Without judgment, without explanation, we are all God's creation. Elna Refana Allah, Refuah Shlema. Elna Refana Allah, please heal this soul.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Over the past few years,
Oh my goodness.
and you know what? I was almost going to deny God's existence.
Yeah,
We've had a bunch of these lately, haven't we?
that was interesting.
Well, I'm going to refrain from the comments I prepared tonight.
Bring the house down.
All right. Over the past few years, a sentence has been circulating with rather remarkable confidence. Jesus was a Palestinian. You'll hear it on college campuses. During this season, you will absolutely see it on social media. You'll find it in opinion pieces. You'll see it on protest signs. It's often delivered as a mic drop, as if this statement settles a conversation. So allow me to say plainly, grounded in truth and memory, the claim that Jesus was a Palestinian is absolutely historically false. And that false statement that Jesus was a Palestinian is not being made in either innocence or ignorance. So let's begin with history, not ideology. Jesus lived in the 1st century of the Common Era. We don't say BC and AD. Y'all know that, right? Not our father, somebody else's father, just fine. We say Common Era, CE. So Jesus lived in the first century of the Common Era. He lived in Judea under Roman rule. Again, the land was called Judea. The people were Jews. The term Palestine did not exist as a political or a geographic designation during the life of Jesus. The Romans, I'm a little hot. You hear me like I'm a little ringy in my mic? Can you turn me down a drop? Jeff, can you turn me down? Perfect. The Romans imposed the name Syria Palestina more than 100 years later, following the defeat of the Bar Kokhba rebellion in roughly 135 of the Common Era. And the Romans imposed this name explicitly to punish the Jews by renaming the province after the Philistines, who were, of course, an ancient enemy of the Israelites. The Romans did this to punish and sever the connection between a people, our people, and the land. Calling Jesus a Palestinian is not just inaccurate, it retroactively applies the language of Jewish erasure to a Jewish man who lived before this erasure occurred. Jesus was Jewish. Jesus prayed in Hebrew. Jesus taught from Jewish texts. In Aramaic, the spoken language of the time, he argued Jewish law. And he lived within the rhythms of Jewish life in what we today call the land of Israel, which is the greater area, most specifically, as I said, in Judea. What everyone wants to believe theologically about Jesus, he was a Jew from Judea. Should be simple, but simplicity here is not the point, because this claim didn't arise in a vacuum. It has appeared repeatedly in specific contexts for specific reasons. In 2019, the New York Times published an opinion piece that referred to Jesus as a Palestinian man. After criticism, the paper quietly corrected the language, acknowledging the historical problem, but as is so often the case, the damage had already been done. Everybody moved on, and this phrase entered the collective bloodstream of public discourse, dressed up as a neutral fact. That same year, Palestinian activist Linda Sarsour defended a tweet declaring Jesus was a Palestinian, insisting publicly that this was also true. Not metaphorically true, not rhetorically true, historically true, Ms. Sarsour claimed. It wasn't an academic argument, it was a political one, meant to signal who belongs and who doesn't. Prominent American imam and activist Omar Suleiman framed the claim rhetorically in a social media post of his own. Imam Suleiman rhetorically asked, how could Christians support Israel if Jesus was a Palestinian? Again, not as historical inquiry, but as a moral lever. The message was clear. If Jesus is placed on one side of today's political divide, then Jews must be pushed to the other. At anti-Israel rallies, the language becomes even more explicit. In 2021, the ADL documented a protest sign that read, Jesus was a Palestinian and you killed him too. That's not history. That's the very oldest anti-Semitic blood libel is what that is, repackaged with contemporary slogans and aimed squarely at Jews today. In ideological essays, the move is even more deliberate. An Al Jazeera opinion piece described Jesus as a Palestinian refugee, explicitly drawing a line from Roman rule in antiquity to modern Israeli sovereignty, collapsing 2,000 years of Jewish history in between. The point was not Jesus, the point was not Jesus. The point was delegitimization. Even Palestinian nationalistic rhetoric has used this frame. From Yasser Arafat onward, there have been efforts to claim Jesus as Palestinian in order to anchor modern national identity in ancient soil. Again, not as history, but as myth-making. Let's be honest when we reflect on what's happening. When people say Jesus was a Palestinian, they're not making a mistake about ancient geography. They're making a statement about Jewish legitimacy. They're attempting to relocate Jews out of our own past so that we can be told that we don't belong in the present. If Jesus is Palestinian, then Jews become foreigners even in the first century. If Jews are foreigners then Jewish peoplehood can be now dismissed as artificial, colonial, or fraudulent. That's the logic. It's not subtle. It's not accidental. Judaism does not deny Palestinian suffering, but we do deny historical falsehoods masquerading as moral clarity. We reject the idea that empathy requires erasure or that justice is served by amputating Jewish memory. Our connection to the land of Israel is not a modern invention. It's not a public relations strategy. Our prayers face Jerusalem. Our holidays follow the seasons of that land. This very holiday of Hanukkah began in the hills of Jerusalem. It reached its climax in the very temple itself. Our language was born there even in exile. We never pretended we were from somewhere else. This is why the claim keeps surfacing, because memory is powerful, and Jewish memory is sometimes inconvenient for others. Shabbat is our weekly refusal to surrender truth to noise. It's a pause that reminds us who we are before the world tells us who we're allowed to be. We know where we come from. We know the names of our ancestors. We know the land they prayed toward, even when they were driven far from it. No slogan can undo that. No distortion can erase it. Jesus does not need to be torn away from Judaism for anyone else to have dignity. But Jews will not give up our history to make others more comfortable. Truth matters. Memory matters. We choose to stand resolutely in both. Shabbat Shalom. And if you heard anything I said after that second earthquake, you are a strong soul. Whew. I felt that one. Bert and Lynn, would you like to join me on the bima and we'll do the Aleinu together? We turn together in our Siddurim to page 121 as we rise. שלא עשנו מארצות ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגורלנו ככל המונם ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. Invite you to be seated.
Short distance way.
We turn now to memory, remembering with love those in our family and our congregational community who died in recent days and weeks, those whose yahrzeit, whose anniversary falls during this week, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Upon them we say, Zichronam Livracha, may the memories be for a blessing. We remember this evening Dorothy Herlick, mother of Ray Kaur, mother-in-law of Jonathan Kaur, Clinton Jenks, stepfather of Tanya James, Mary Joan Gallagher, the mother of Catherine Heller, Selma Brown, the mother of Jane Ware, Leon Waxman, the father of Steve Waxman, Jack Becker, the father of Jeff and Leonard Becker, and Taylor Gordon, the father of Kelly Holden. If you are remembering a beloved, we invite you to rise and to share their names with us. And now we rise in solidarity. Kaddish Yatom, page 131. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach cherutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon u'vyomachon u'v'chayedecho beit Yisrael, bagala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'elmei almayah. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'pa'ar v'imram v'itnaseh v'ithadar v'aleh v'halal shmei d'kudusha barichu le'ela min ko birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'asei shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who are bereaved, as together we say, amen. I invite you to be seated. Thank you so much to you, Lois, and everybody who helped you tonight with setup. We always need volunteers. I know I'm sort of literally preaching to the choir here. There are people here who know that. But I think it's important to think of ourselves not of members in a congregation, but in partners, something greater than ourselves. Right? It's one of the few places where you're you're asked both to contribute financially and by rolling up your sleeves. Right? It makes it extra special. Thirdly, one of the essences of Reform Judaism's relationship to the mitzvot, these sacred obligations, one of the essences of it is that we try on mitzvahs, right? That we don't just have an autonomy where we just do whatever we want. That's weak. That's a weak practice. Reform Judaism, when it's strong, says try this mitzvah, try it and see what it's like and get a feel for it, and then make a decision. I say humbly to you tonight, for me personally, that saying the blessing before lighting the candles doesn't work. I can't undo my lifetime of doing it the other way, but I feel like a good Reformed Jew. I tried it, I encourage you to try mitzvahs, right? If you've never tried it, try it for 30 days to not mix meat and milk. Just to try it. It's just really cool spiritual discipline, Lastly, we are definitely having services next Friday night. It might just be me, but in case, and me and Larry.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
We'll be singing. All right. I wrote the sermon in advance.
You'll be here too?
I will.
So come. We're definitely having services next Friday at 7:00. Want to take us home with a song, you guys?
Yeah. Ojavo Shalom. Ojavot Shalom Aleinu, Ojavot Shalom Aleinu, Ojavot Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Ojavot Shalom Aleinu, Ojavot Shalom Aleinu, Ojavot Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam, salam shalom. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam, salam shalom. Ojavot shalom aleinu, Ojavot shalom aleinu, Ojavot shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam.
Shabbat
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Nice. Kol hakavod.
Shabbat Shalom.